Good morning, fabulous firsties. Welcome back to Miss George's Classroom at Home. I hope everyone had a great week and you enjoyed all of the lessons that the first grade teachers put together for you. Today, I'm going to give you a little preview of things that we're going to be learning or reviewing this week. So one of the things we're going to be reviewing is fairy tales. We have read over the last few weeks, we've read lots of fairy tales. And fairy tales, just as a review, is a fictional story that focuses on good versus evil. A lot of times, fairy tales might start with the phrase, once upon a time. You may see numbers of 3 or 7. Like looking at this picture, we have Goldilocks and the 3 little bears. The animals will be talking. There may be some magic, some royalty, and they teach a lesson. Sometimes an author wants to take a fairy tale that's been told for years and years and years and turn it into a fractured fairy tale. And a fractured fairy tale is based on a fairy tale, but the authors change the setting, the characters, or the major events. So if you're looking at this picture, we have a mermaid. It looks like would be the character. And we have 3 octopuses. And the setting looks as if it might be in you guessed it, the ocean. If you read a fairy tale and a fractured fairy tale, then we can compare and contrast. So when you compare two things, they are looking for the similarities. When you contrast two things, they are looking for the differences. So this week, we are going to be reading Jan Brett's book, The Mermaid. And if you look back at our compare and contrast sheet, you may see some characters that you are familiar with. So we have Goldilocks and the 3 bears. So if you think about the mermaid, along with Goldilocks and the 3 bears, you may have already made a prediction or a guess that this story is going to be about a mermaid and 3 octopuses. Today, there is going to be a link for you to listen to someone reading Jan Brett's The Mermaid. Tomorrow, you will be listening to Goldilocks and the 3 bears. And I will be back tomorrow so that we can compare and contrast the 2 stories. We'll be able to tell how they are alike and how they are different. Before listening to the story of the week, I just want you can pause it if you want to, but I want you to make some predictions of what you think might happen in the story. From looking at the cover, you can tell a lot of things about a story. You can tell maybe where the setting's going to be, what some of the characters are. And I want you to think about if we were going to read Goldilocks and the 3 bears, try to come up with ways that this story may be similar. Tomorrow, we can retell the story and discuss some things that happened in it. Before we listen to the story, I want to go over our vocabulary words for the week. So as you're listening to the story, you can just do a little thumbs up so that you are actively listening for the words. The first vocabulary word is jet. Jet is to shoot forward with great force. So if you look at the picture, this cheetah is jetting across the field. This is a great word, curious. So curious is wanting to know and learn more. From looking at the picture, it looks like this little girl is curious about space. So that may be something that she wants to learn more about. So you can think real quick, what is something that you're curious about? Here's a big word, crustacean. Everybody say that with me. Crustacean. It's an animal with a hard, jointed shell. So a crab is an example of a crustacean. It has a hard shell to protect it, and it's jointed so it can move around. Current. Current is the movement of water in one direction. So if you look, this looks to be like a picture of the ocean or in a lake, and the current is going in one direction. You may be familiar with a creek or a stream that might run outside near your house, and you notice that the water's all going in one direction, so it's going with the current. And then the next word is sidle, and that means to move close. So if you see this dog and this cat have sidled up next to each other, or sidled next to each other, and they've sidled near the hamburger patties. So predict what you think might happen next. So those are our vocabulary words for this week. Like I said, you will be hearing them in the story, and when you do, you can just do a thumbs up just to know that you are listening. For our nonfiction story this week, it's going to go right along with The Mermaid, and you're going to listen to Magical Sea Creatures. So this will be something that you can do on Friday. Listen to Magical Sea Creatures, and some things that you'll learn all about are sea turtles or seals, or even clownfish. So that I love learning about animals, and especially ocean animals. So I hope you get lots of facts, new facts that you can teach someone yourself. Now, for grammar this week, we're going to be doing a skill that we've already talked about this year, but we're going to be doing a little review, and it's something that I think is fun. So this week, we're going to be working with compound words. So compound words are where you take two small words, and then you're going to put them together to form another word. So I have a little sheet here, a little flip book. And so if you look at this, the first two pictures, we have a picture of an arm and a chair. So if we put those two words together, what do we have? Armchair. So you may have armchairs that in your living room or at your kitchen table that would have little places to put your arms on. The next one, we take the word light and house, and we put those two small words together, and we get lighthouse. So a lighthouse would be a house that has a light. Near the ocean is a place that you might see lighthouses to help boats be able to see when it's foggy. And then the last one, we have a book and a worm. So if we put those two small words together, you get bookworm. Now, I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you learn lots, and I hope you enjoy the story of the week. I will be back tomorrow, and we will discuss The Mermaid, and then we will compare and contrast how The Mermaid and Goldilocks and the Three Bears are similar and different. Bye.